many of you have touched on it already, but I wanted to just ask, I know that you've learned something new about yourself, but can you pick maybe one or two and talk to the big standout things that you learned about yourself? Laura?
I will share the reason why I cried.
Oh, bless.
Yes, because I think it's probably not totally new, but it's the aspect that I did not realize how much is impacting all the other areas of my emotional intelligence. And it's the order of priority in which I place myself and the other most important members around me, which are my kids and my husband. And I know that actually I realized that when I introduced myself today, I referred to that exact order that I actually put them in. And it's my kids first, my husband, and then myself. And one of the pieces of advice or areas that we discussed was around how about if I put myself first, my husband after, and my kids last? How would that transfer into the way I address all the areas of my life? And I have to say, I never really thought about that in that order, and I never really, I don't know, I never really even considered that I should put myself first. I heard about it. Yes, we hear it so many times, moms, we should put ourselves first. But in the bigger picture, I never really understood how much not doing that impacts all the other areas of my life. And I probably do the same with my clients sometimes. I put their needs first before mine. And I understood how that in the longer term can be to their detriment as well if I don't balance it out correctly. And yes, it was very an eye-opener, I guess. I never really focused on the impact it has on me. And I have to say that the other reason why, and this is the one that made me cry, was when we discussed about how others' opinion of myself impact me. And I think they are interconnected because me putting others' priorities before mine can transfer into, I mean, it could be a result of my fear of being perceived in a certain way or not being appreciated enough or being misunderstood. And definitely that's something that I would like to work on. I never realized how much it impacts me until I started crying in front of a stranger. Yeah, so look, thank you so much for going there.
You're most welcome. Yes, prior to that conversation, we were strangers. And I took each of you very deep, very quick, in a almost unapologetically, in fact, not even almost, completely unapologetically, no boundary zone. And I had to trust within myself that I could provide for you the psychological safety that what I'm observing from what you're telling me is for your highest well-being. And that's really hard to do, but incredibly rewarding. I know it sounds bad, but if I can, in fact, it sounds terrible. If I can make my clients cry, I feel like I've won. It sounds sadistic to think that I actually actively want my clients to cry. I don't, but I kind of do, because it means that I've pushed you. I've pushed you to see something in yourself that if you can work on those aspects of who you are, as Laura's described, you're able to enrich so many aspects of your life. and the study of emotional intelligence, particularly because of the subscales, how diverse they are, but how interwoven they are, means that there is always ways you can improve. Thank you, Laura, for sharing that. I really am very grateful. Wasn't expecting that. That was beautiful. Bridget, what about yourself?
Well, something that I learned, or I'm still learning really, it's an area that I haven't analysed much before. So it was interesting to look at my reality testing rating, which was higher than I thought it would be. And I guess that's because I've all my life been told how naive I am and gullible and not to my, it's been a criticism quite a lot. Some people maybe find it endearing. Some have taken advantage of it. And I do feel like I have been naive to a degree. But I found that it's caused me to second guess myself a lot and doubt my opinions a lot in the past. And I think what's happened in my last role, where I was creative manager, I guess trying to rationalize my recommendations, I fell into this system of using spreadsheets and metrics to quantify my conclusions, to kind of sell in the idea to the category team. This is the direction we should go, and here are the numbers to back that up. I can prove it. And some people found it interesting that a creative would head down that path, and normally a creative would stand up and just say, this is what I think. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. But I had to prove it. I had to quantify it. So I've been through this journey of having to prove things to myself, like test it and test it and test it to make sure I'm not just living in fantasy land. I can go there really easily. So it's kind of nice to see that actually my reality testing is solid and quite good. Yeah, a lot of validation there for me. So that was really good.
Oh, kudos. That is really great. And it's good though, because now you, in your next role, are going to be able to be a lot more discerning about how you deliver your ideas. And I think it's also going to touch on your assertiveness and how you deliver information.